who may not necessarily be seeking a new job, so this kind of comes into the referral point. So it fixes the talent gap created by other traditional recruitment methods. So it reaches out to people not only primarily searching for those specific jobs, but people also that may not be aware. Focusing on the passive candidates, so depending on what the job is, it primarily focuses on certain generations and within experience, so Generation X and Generation Y, based on the experience and what they've been through, they kind of narrow down on who they want to target. So increased visibility, 60% of people who use the internet use social media daily. So this is a huge advantage for companies who look to recruit on social media. It gives employers the ability to reach a large and diverse pool of candidates rather than just people who would just search it on their website and whatnot. So shorter time to recruit. It enables candidates to respond to job postings and employees to receive it immediately. So it's a very quick process, and it allows people to understand really what the company has to offer in a short amount of time. All right, so better and higher quality employees. So employees recruited via social media are generally more productive and creative. That's just from what I gathered from my research. So you give employees a better idea of who they're employing. So the employees primarily, if they're on social media, and the employers are able to kind of see what kind of potential employer they are. So easier to screen candidates. Using social media allows for employees to understand their candidates better by profile screening. So for example, if someone is a journalist and they're constantly updating a blog, specific blog, and those employers are able to see what they're doing outside of work, it makes them more attractive. So potential legal issues. Employees must ask for permission before online screening a candidate. So they just have to make the potential employee aware that that they're looking at them and potentially offering them a position. So ways risk can be avoided. So legal issues in social media profiling and recruiting can be avoided in numerous ways. So like I just said, you have to inform the potential employer that you're viewing their social media account, but also you want to make sure that So our competitive advantages. Using social media allows for a company to be cutting edge and current. So like I said before, social media is up and running and everyone's using it. So everyone's on it, and in order to kind of make your company attractive, you want to make sure that you're constantly updating that and whatnot. All right, so social media is a two-way street. So companies need to have a good social media presence as well as potential employees. So not only the company as a whole has to be attractive and look professional, but also the employees that are already in the company that are recruiting. They need to make sure that they look professional and that they're reflecting what they are looking for in the potential employees. Cons of social media recruiting. So not everyone is who they portray themselves as social media, as many of you may know, like catfish and whatnot, but also realistically just looking at, okay, this person looks good or they look bad, but it's important to make sure that you're putting everyone into the same pool. So cons continued. Examining a social media profile is not the same as actually interviewing a candidate. So it's important to know that you can't judge someone based off of their social media account primarily. You want to make sure that you meet the potential employer and get to really know them and see how they really are in person rather than just their social media account. So to relate to self, personally I haven't gotten the job through social media recruitment, but I have been able to kind of see what the process is like and potentially maybe even do it myself one day. So, all right, so I'm going to hand this off to Sam now.
I'm Sam Reader, and I'll be doing internet recruiting. So internet recruiting is basically when, say, a company goes and they need to fulfill a job position. So to fulfill that job position, they post a job posting onto a website, whether it's their own or an alternative website. And the same for a candidate, they want to go out and try to look for a job. So they go on the internet and search for jobs. So job posts are the physical thing that the employee posts onto the website. So it could be a job description, the qualifications, requirements, what the job title is, maybe the salary even, or when the job starts. So why is it so popular? It's so popular because it's on the internet and everyone uses the internet nowadays. So if you're at work and you need to post a job, there's a computer right in front of you, you just go on and you post it. If you're on the go and you have your cell phone and you want to like go, I don't know, say you're at the mall, but like your dad's yelling at you to get a job, just literally go on and get a job. So job search, there's two different kinds that you can go through the website of the company. So for example, you want to go, I worked at ARI, so you can go to the ARI company and website and search the location you want to work at, and this is an example. So this is just a screen. You can type in keywords, category, which is the job position, and the location of it, and make a login, and then you can apply on the website. And then you can also visit alternative sites such as Indeed.com, Monster.com, Career Builder, and on these sites it's kind of more global. You can search anywhere you want to in the world and any position you want. The process of job postings for an employer is to find, attract, assess, interview, and hire. So you want to find your potential employee. You kind of want to do this by branding your company on these websites the way you want to attract the employees to your company. Also to continue from the processes of job postings, assessing the candidate, whether it's reviewing their resume, application, maybe searching them on Facebook or LinkedIn, interviewing, whether it's a phone interview, and then hiring or rejecting depending on how they did in the interview. So recruitment management systems is an internet recruiting system software toolkit that facilitates the prior process I just talked about. And this is an example, ICIMS. You've probably seen this before if you're applying for a job. I know a lot of jobs I've applied for has it. And some advantages to internet recruiting is confidentiality. It saves the files that you submit, such as cover letters, resumes, application. You can easily edit it. If you make a typing error in your job description, you can go back in and edit it. It's all at a click of a button. You literally press search, apply. It's that simple. So the other advantages, like I talked about before, like having an app on your phone on the go, all the technological efficiencies these days. Literally just download the app, go on your phone, and apply for a job just like that. Some disadvantages to internet recruitment is that there's a high volume in responses, and this could be bad for the employer and the employee applying. Technological issues, maybe a great candidate was overlooked. Impersonal, it's not as like face-to-face. Some statistics is that in 2016 now, 54% of people now search for jobs online. Compared to 2005, only 26% did. So that was 11 years ago, and it's doubled since then. Obviously, applying for a job is a lot of competition, so you really want to have a unique brand. You don't want to sell yourself short. This is your time to shine, flaunt everything you have, all your skills. You want to connect, network with people, be proactive, follow up on emails and job applications. You want to educate yourself about the company and make sure you know all about them. So what to include when applying? You want to put your personal information, maybe all your contact information, all your education, your major, your GPA, where you go, your availability, good references, all your job experiences, accomplishments, and what to include for an employer. Why would you want that person to join your team? You kind of have to put out there on the job description and kind of like bring those candidates in who you want. So you want to give a good depiction of the company's culture. You want to be consistent as a person applying, an applicant. That leads to success. Constantly following up, constantly applying for jobs. Okay, so to self, to get my summer internship last year, I used Indeed.com. All I did was search in where I lived and what type of internship I wanted. I saw ARI pop up, clicked it. The job description would fit me, so I applied. I went, interviewed, and I got the job. And that's it. And so yeah, that's recruiting. You guys have any questions?